Hey there, Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, Scorpio Rising. Welcome to your reading. We're going to have Spirit spill the tea on something here. So we're going to get 3 main themes, and then we'll do the 9-card spread. We're going to pull some cards to go with it. I think it's this one. It's just... Okay. Stay tuned. At the end, you will get details on an opportunity where you can go one-on-one with me to understand how to best use that lucky energy that we have going on in Jupiter over the course of the next year. Wow. Okay. Woo. So you have the bear. The bear says danger, especially in money matters. So pay attention to your work. Okay. So you have 2 things going on here because business and finances looks like they require your time and attention. We've got Mercury doing a retrograde. It's already in shadow. It stations retrograde on the 5th of September. I keep saying that, but it's August 5th. And then it stations direct on the 28th of August. And by the middle of September, it's out of its shadow, but we hit the eclipse season, which gets kind of some wild and crazy energy going on there. So pay attention to the details. Make sure, it's not that you can't start anything new or whatever, but contracts in particular, anything that comes up, make sure you are really going over everything with a fine-tooth comb, right? If you are a Scorpio rising, Leo, where the retrograde will be happening is in your 10th house of career. So this would require you to really go over the details. That's one hand. On the other hand, though, you have romances in the air, the rose. So, I mean, a little mixed bag of tricks coming up here with this information. So, you know, pay attention to what's going on around you. But I would say open your heart. So we have a community card at the key to the situation here, which means that it could be business or it could be out there in the world. Let's just see what we're getting here. Okay, so that's business community here, because in the area of resources, we've got this key. This is the key to the situation. Wow, a lot of transformational energy and healing coming through. Clarity. Overall energy, slowly moving forward. Slowly moving forward. So I feel like I want to check and see, because there are 2 different things happening here. So is this primarily about the work? So this is primarily about the romance. So that just feels like that's just a warning. Can I get an advice card just for this? Which deck? Okay, well, let's do that. I'm going to look at the business thing first. Then we're going to get into the romance, because you have something really interesting brewing here with these cards, and lots of repetitive pattern. Okay, as far as business goes, they give you a whole bunch. You've got trust the great mystery, spirit has a plan, and set healthy boundaries. It's about work. Okay, so something going on at work. There's something shifting and changing. Make sure you're paying attention, right? Make sure you're paying attention to where your money is, what's going on with contracts. Really, really pay attention. There is some shifting and changing going on when you have Spirit has a plan and trust the great mystery, right? Then we have the card of the armadillo, which is to set healthy boundaries. So it's important for you to know what is of value to you, what you will and will not do, and if something is too much, to be willing to make that move. Let's look at this romance here. So in the area of community, there's almost like you were you reached a certain level in a community that kind of froze, because it's a statue and it's at night, and I feel like it feels stuck, it feels stagnant. The garden is really well manicured, and you're elevated, but like in an elevated position where you don't feel alive. So, you may have been in a long-term relationship, and it you know, there's a certain status when you're married. There's this position that you have within your family, within the community. Um, and then, so let's just look at Bill and Melinda Gates, for instance, just because. Okay, so they had a foundation together. There, you know, a lot of things were intertwined, but when they split apart, it changed both of the trajectory that they were both on. But they were like kind of Bill and Melinda Gates. And so I saw that they were, both names came together, kind of frozen in this elevated position, but neither of them were happy. And that's kind of what I'm pulling off of this card. That's why I wondered. Because here, what needs to transform is all the arguing, all the repetitive patterns, all this. That is not to say that this is about leaving a relationship. This is about transforming a relationship. You are moving slowly forward, right? I would say at work also to move forward, to carefully check everything out. But here, with the area of resources, the key is the dissatisfaction of not feeling fully alive, right? Like feeling stuck in this, I am a part of this couple, but who am I? And in a couple, you can change that, right? You can, without breaking the bonds of the relationship. It's about having the conversation where you're like, um, I'm feeling stagnant and stuck, and you know, I want to take this course and learn something, or I want to go join this group, or I want to do these different things. Sometimes you can do them together, which builds and something new into the conversation where you talk about, right? You can take a course together and studying together, or whatever. That could be bonding. But sometimes it's about exploring your individual interests and coming back together over the dinner table and talking about them. So it's not always about work. It's not always about the bills. It's not always about kids. It's about being interesting again, because when you were dating, you guys had separate lives and you would get together and you would talk about them, and then there was interest, right? And so maybe you need to do something like that to create a spark within the dynamics of the relationship. But in any event, this relationship is undergoing a transformation right now. And so only you know what that transformation is, but I'm telling you, I can see it, right? Because we have questions around the home. Now, for some of you, you could be looking to move home, right? We have the key in the area of resources, and we have the home here. But it could also be that you're changing communities because you feel stuck and stagnant there, and you're like, you know what? I don't feel like we fit in with these people here anymore. I want to move to a place where I feel more myself, you know, because there's been a lot of shifts and changes over the last 6.5 years. January of 2018 was when we had that new moon in Capricorn that just became that full moon on the 22nd, on the 21st, and I'm recording on the 22nd. And so a big, major energetic shift. The sun changed signs, and then there was that right after that big explosion of energy that came with that full moon that was wrapping up this big cycle. And so there's a lot of everything's like in flux and flow again, where things had been stuck and stagnant. And so this transformation is waiting. So maybe we're waiting on the contract to come in. We have the letter here. You're waiting for some kind of, feels like a little document because it came in by snail mail, right? This doesn't feel like email. This was information, but it's through the heart space. And so maybe you were waiting to feel like this was the information you needed. Like, this is how I feel. This is what I want. This is what is needed, right? Because it's in the heart space. So it could be how some piece of information resonated in your heart that made you say, oh, not this anymore, something new. In the area of the obstacle, we have the snake of transformation. Okay, and in the heart space, we've got the coffin, transformation. Scorpio. That you get both transformation cards in your reading does not surprise me. All right, so what's got to transform? Repetitive, arguing, somebody's telling it like they think it should be, and the other one's like, nah, I'm not listening. We've got the whips there. We've got all this repetitive energy. It's like over and over and over. You got to break that cycle. So what is the action to take? It's to heal. It's to heal. To revitalize your passions for each other, maybe, or for yourself through some project, something that just pulls you up out of your doldrums, where you feel like you have something to offer to yourself and to life and to your partner again. There's some kind of a major shift or change that is happening here. You have clarity coming in. Hope is coming in. It feels like renewed hope. Clarity that comes in with excitement for life again, being fired up about something. So let's get some advice on this. But I do want to remind you, whatever's going on in work, maybe you work with your partner and there's something about that. But whatever is happening over here with this work thing, and it's a lot to be juggling two things at once. Okay, so you have relationship harmony. A loyal and harmonious relationship or partnership is being manifested. The bond between friends, lovers, and partners will grow and blossom. Nurture the relationship. Oh, I don't know if you heard that. That was really loud. Nurture the relationship with no judgment and no expectations. There's a chance to really transform something. We have the card of the Master. This is mastery of yourself. You can solve any problem naturally and effortlessly. Proceed with courage and intelligence. I feel like this is for both parts, like the relationship and the work thing, right? So proceed with courage and intelligence. Let soft conquer hard. A gentle approach is needed. Do not fight the powers that can destroy you. Remember, Spirit has a plan. Trust the greater mystery, right? You know, and healthy boundaries. Healthy boundaries. What works for you and what doesn't. Do not fight the powers that can destroy you. Ride the opposing forces until the right moment to act. And so I feel like that is advice for both aspects of this. You know, this disharmony has got to change. Like, nobody should live like that. It's so icky. Life is supposed to be fun. Life is supposed to be enjoyable. Life is supposed to be exciting and interesting and dynamic. So when we get stuck and stale and bored, God, it's just time to make a change. Nobody should go through life bored. Wow. The owl spirit, you can see clearly now. It's going to come in through your intuition. It's major. It's big. That thing coming in kind of messed up my computer, so I'm sorry about the little delay here. But we're almost done. And we have crow spirit, co-create with spirit. So decide what you want and then go for it. This is really what it feels like. Find something you're passionate about. Tell spirit, hey, this is what I'm interested in, and then flow with the energy and allow things to come to you in a very, pick your way forward. This is not a speedboat. This is just a little boat that's moving through the waters of your intuition, being navigated by your heart space. So, on August 19th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time Zone in the U.S., I'm going to hold a live Zoom call where we will look at everybody who comes to the Zoom call. I will look at your charts, and we will see where Jupiter is in your chart in Gemini. So where Gemini is in your chart and how Jupiter is helping you to expand something. And because setting ourselves up for success over the course of this next year while Jupiter is moving through Gemini sets you up for success on a longer pattern, because next year when Jupiter leaves, in comes Uranus. And Uranus will be there for 7 years. And so it's kind of like, get your ducks in a row now, see where the obstacles and the opportunities are, and to navigate all that information. And so that's what we're going to be doing in this little workshop that I'm going to do at 7 p.m. On August 19th Eastern Time Zone in the U.S. And if you'd like to join, I need your email, because that's how I can send you the link. So email me, moondirected@gmail.com. If you would like really good help, if you really like to be assisted, there's a little bit of information that would help me to do that for you. You don't have to share it if you don't want to, but if you do, then you'll get probably better advice. So that information is in the description box below. Come and join me over on Facebook. I do the astrology over there and pull cards for it. So if you'd like to join me over there in that group, we're going to be working, I think, it looks like we're working with abundance coming up here soon is what Spirit was bringing me. Okay, so you guys take really good care of yourselves. Move slowly, but oh my God, What are you excited about? What brings in the passion to your life? That is the action to take. I don't want you to lose it in the middle of everything else. Find the passion for life again. Okay? All right. Talk to you guys soon.